The first sign that something is wrong is the kindness. Everyone is far too gentle with Akira. Doors are held open for him just a little longer than necessary. Voices seem to quiet down whenever he walks past. The smiles he receives are cautious, the kind you'd see in a hospital room. It's the sort of kindness people give in advance, like a warning, the kind you give to someone who seems breakable. But Akira doesn't feel breakable. He feels fine. He slept well, he ate a good breakfast, and the sky is exactly where it should be. Yet every time someone looks at him, he sees a second expression hidden beneath the first, a shadow behind their eyes, a question they're afraid he might answer incorrectly. By noon, he's heard the same strange phrase 3 times. "It's good to see you out again." Out from where? He just laughs each time, because it feels like that's what's expected of him. When he asks his sister what everyone means, she pauses for just a moment too long. "You've just been through a lot," she says, her voice warm, but the words sound memorized. "Like what?" he asks. She opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. Instead, she just hugs him, tightly, as if explanations are dangerous objects that could shatter in his hands. That night, Akira dreams of a long, colorless hallway. Doors line both sides. From behind each door, he can hear someone crying. He recognizes every single voice, but his mind refuses to put names to them. At the very end of the hallway stands a mirror. Written across its surface, in what he recognizes as his own handwriting, are the words, "Don't open them again." He wakes up with a feeling of relief so intense it's almost joy. It was just a dream, just nonsense. But when he goes to the bathroom to wash his face, he sees the words, faint but visible, traced in the steam on the mirror. "Don't open them again!" He wipes them away, hard, as if the act of cleaning is a form of prayer. The loops begin small. A conversation he had yesterday repeats, but with slightly different wording. A song on the radio restarts halfway through. The birds outside his window launch into flight over and over, like a glitch in an animation. No one else seems to notice, or maybe they do, and he just forgets. Because forgetting is happening too. Huge chunks of yesterday are just gone, slipping out of his reach. Childhood memories are rearranging themselves like puzzle pieces forced into the wrong places. He finds photos on his phone of gatherings he can't recall ever attending, yet he's always there in the pictures. Smiling. Central. Loved. Loved too much by people whose faces he can't place. One afternoon, a man on the street grabs his sleeve, tears already streaming down his face. "I'm so glad you're still here," the man says, his voice choked with emotion. "I was scared you'd follow them." Akira is confused. "Follow who?" he asks. But the man recoils, as if he's just broken a sacred rule. "I'm sorry," he whispers. "I thought you knew." That night, the hallway from his dream returns, but this time, some of the doors are ajar. Peeking inside, he sees moments frozen in time, mid-collapse. Shattered glass hanging in the air, smoke curling from unseen fires, the sound of sirens that never seem to arrive. He feels an pull to step toward the nearest open door, but something deep inside him screams not to. A warning, older than instinct, older than fear. He pushes the door open anyway. Inside, it's a kitchen. A fight is happening. His own voice is there, louder and crueler than he has ever heard it. He's throwing words like knives, words that are designed to hit their mark. Across from him are faces he loves, and they're flinching from his attack. "I didn't mean that," the Akira in the memory says, his voice full of regret. But the scene continues, relentless. It escalates, a push, an accident that wears the clothes of intention, a fall. And then, a silence that will never, ever forgive him. He slams the door shut. The whole hallway seems to convulse around him. The other doors rattle in their frames as if begging to be opened. When he wakes up, he's crying, but he has no idea why. After that, reality seems to lose its patience. People on the street start recognizing him with the heavy exhaustion of survivors. Some glare at him. Some just bow their heads as he passes. And some thank him for staying alive, as if that alone is some kind of victory. His sister watches him constantly now, her eyes filled with a mix of fear and sorrow. She looks at him like he might either disappear or remember, and she can't decide which would be worse. Then, one night, the girl appears. She's sitting at the end of his bed, bare feet, a hospital bracelet still on her wrist. She's so calm. He knows her. He knows her in the way the quiet earth knows that lightning has already struck. "Please," he whispers, his voice barely audible. "Don't." She looks at him, her expression unchanging. "You asked me to help you forget," she says simply. "I did." "Why are you here now?" he asks. "Because you're done hiding." The memories don't return as images or sounds. They return as a feeling of permission to finally stop running. After the accident, he had broken, not his bones, but his mind. So he built this gentler world for himself, a padded loop where the worst moment in his life paused just before impact, where his regret could hover forever without ever having to land. And everyone in his life, they all cooperated. They played along. Because they loved him, because they pitied him, because sometimes grief chooses mercy over justice. But mercy, he was learning, has an expiration date. "You can go back," the girl tells him, her voice soft. "You can wake up tomorrow and forget all of this again. We'll wait." He believes her, and that's the most terrible part of it all. They will wait. They will wait forever, if he asks them to. But Akira is so tired. He's tired of being protected from himself. "If I remember," he asks, his voice shaking, "do you come back?" "No," she says. "Does it get better?" he asks, desperate for a sliver of hope. "No." "What happens then?" She takes his trembling hand and places it against the center of his chest. He can feel the weight that has always been there, a heavy stone, even inside the beautiful lie he had built. "It becomes real," she says. The next morning arrives without any softness. There are no edits, no missing edges. The house is quiet, but it's the heavy, suffocating quiet that comes after a great loss. The photos on the mantelpiece are all face down. The air is still and stagnant. His sister is watching him at the breakfast table, her eyes wide with terror, terrified of his answer. "Do you remember?" she asks. And Akira does. He remembers every word, every motion, every single irreversible second. The memory is monstrous, but it is his. "Yes," he says. She begins to cry, but these aren't tears of relief. They are tears for the end of hope. "Are you okay?" she asks through her sobs. Akira sits with the pain. He lets it exist at its true size, no longer hiding from it. The pain doesn't absolve him, it doesn't forgive him, it simply remains. "No," he answers honestly. And for the first time in a very long time, tomorrow does not repeat. Some people are saved, some people are punished, and some people, like Akira, just wake up one day and are finally allowed to remember. Thanks for watching.